Wow. And I worried that Gordon was going to be a hard act to follow. I have to read this. I'm sorry. I know it's better not to. I won't get through it otherwise. How is it possible to lump 62 years of life into a few short minutes? It's not possible. However, I'll try to back up and keep it brief and tell you what my sister meant to me. I was 3 years old when Jackie was born. Before she could walk or talk or grow her beautiful, natural, curly blonde hair, I loved her unconditionally. Once she could walk and talk, and everyone commented on her beautiful, long, blonde, curly hair, I apparently became jealous, so much so, in fact, that when she was 2, I took a pair of scissors and I cut all of those curls off. And not only that, I got an imaginary dog for a friend instead of a baby sister. The only consequence was that her beautiful curls grew in even more curly. Like many others of our generation, Jackie and I shared a bedroom growing up. I'm sure many of you can relate to dividing the room exactly in half, and don't you dare step over this chalk line, just dare. Put your foot on my side of the room. Of course, we each promptly stuck our toes over the line and the fights were on. Or how about this one? Sitting in the back seat of the family car and shouting, "Mom, she's looking at me!" Or one more, "You don't even belong in this family, you're adopted." Jackie was born with a droll sense of humor and a quick wit that left me in the dust. She loved to show how worldly she was. Examples? Our mom was pregnant with Gord. I was 10, Jackie was 7. One night at supper, I asked Mom a question that had been bothering me. "Mom, what if you have a Chinese baby?" Before Mom could close her jaw, Jackie piped up, "Mom's not going to have a Chinese baby, stupid." "And how do you know?" said I. Rolling her eyes and giving a dramatic sigh, she said, "Because Mom never slept with a Chinaman." Pretty sure Dad choked on his dinner. Mom just burst out laughing. Then there was a time she called me a hooer. I, of course, tattled, and when Dad asked her what she thought a hooer was exactly, she replied, "I don't know, but it sounds bad." Jackie got married when she was 18, only 10 months after I was married. Mom's youngest sister, our Aunt Viona, shared a story with me this week. She did, and I already asked Chuck's permission to tell this story, so. She didn't see Jackie much as an adult, but Jackie and Chuck stopped in to see them in Trail, BC on their honeymoon. Auntie Viona had sent Uncle Dougal to the store for some pork chops so she could cook dinner for the newlyweds. At dinner, Chuck was obviously enjoying Auntie Viona's fine cooking when he said, "I don't believe in that old saying that everyone can live on love alone. It just makes me hungry." Auntie Viona said that Jackie turned brilliant crimson and nearly choked. And we all know that Chuck loved to eat. Long before, but especially once we became wives and then mothers, Jackie and I ceased to be rivals and became friends. Through thick and thin, we leaned on one another, mostly by telephone because of the distance between our homes. But we knew we could tell each other anything, knowing it would go no further than between the two of us, and I will miss those calls. Because I worked full-time and Jackie was working at home on the farm, she looked after first Lori and then Ryan during Easter holidays. Anytime I asked, there wasn't even the space of a breath before she said of course she would. Jackie was the country girl of the family, and she was never happier than when she was out on a farm. She's the only person I know who trained her huge sows to form a circle with her, and play catch with a wadded up paper grocery bag by batting it to her with their snouts. Her turkeys would come up to her, squat down, lift their throats so that she could scratch them. A few weeks ago, when we were at her apartment, she commented on how much she missed the cows. Any animal, large or small, she loved them all. And because she missed the cows, I have something that I brought for Jackie today, which Carter can have when he's finished. I brought her some cows. It's been in the sauce. Stand up. So, Jackie was such a caring sister that she didn't tell me about her cancer until after my 65th birthday, because she didn't want to wreck my trip. Bruce took me to Vegas for my 65th. She knew that if she told me, I would have dropped the trip and done whatever possible to help her out. But as everyone knows, she was a very independent lady. She loved her 2 boys, Jay and Rob, with every fiber of her being. She was so happy to get a chance to know her daughters-in-law, Chantel and Elena, much better as they willingly helped her during her illness. She did worry, however, ladies, that neither of you has ever cooked a roast or a turkey. I was going to bring you a recipe for each, but I figure you've got Jackie's cookbooks. But I told her not to worry about it. Both of her boys appear very well fed. Thanks to all of you for your excellent care of your mom and your communication with us as her illness progressed. You have no idea what that meant. One of our cousins, Cher, who lives in Nanaimo, summed Jackie up very well, and I'd like to read the email that she sent to me shortly before Jackie passed away. I always remember Jackie as a strong, quiet, quick-witted personality from my youth, and recall the fun times that we shared in Grand Prairie. She seemed so wise and worldly despite her being only a few months older. My prayers are with you all. Please give her my love as a cousin who remembers her fondly. May you have the strength to share with Jackie and family during this emotionally draining time. I hope she was able to find joy in remembering her childhood, the come get your hosey posy popcorn, which my mom always loves to talk about hearing Jackie shout out during one of our plays, the joy of mothering her boys, and the wonderful time she had with her favorite country singer. These are some of the highlights that I have heard of. I can only hope that the narcotics are able to relieve her of the worst of her pain, and that her final thoughts are to know how she is loved, and that she has left this world a better place by being in it. I'm sure her family can vouch for that. With much love, Cher. We will vouch for that. Hard-working, caring, never losing her sense of humor despite the horrendous pain, she did leave us much too soon. Jackie, although our family was never one to outwardly express our emotions, you know that you were loved and respected, admired by co-workers, friends, family and acquaintances, and the best sister I could have ever wished for. Say hi to Dad and Mom, and rest in peace. You've heard them.